Hi guys, how are you today? So I have an amazing topic for you today, but before I get started, as you know, I want to introduce myself to you and tell you that my name is Joanita, Bambita Joanita, and I am here to do my TTs that I do every Sunday. I am the creator of My Story Group that you are part of. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate every member. Either you're watching now or you're gonna watch later. Either you joined last month, 4 months back, or 5 months back when I originally opened the group, or even if you just joined last night. Listen, thank you so much, and I appreciate you all for being here. And I encourage you, of course, to invite your friends to your network so that they also can get blessed by maybe what I have to say. And if you feel blessed by it yourself, please do share it with friends, and invite that maybe that one friend or family member that you know may need a bit of light in their day or in their lives. You never know who you touch by blessing certain people with certain things. We never know who we are encouraging or inspiring, and so sharing is one of the most important things to do, and not only about our life experiences, but of course also things that we encounter, if you wish. So thank you so much for being here. Listen, so that's over with. I've introduced myself. I've told you what I'm doing. I do these TTs every Sunday. For you who is a member since last week, you may not know, I do these TTs every Sunday, and the TT stands for today's topic, right? So I take a topic that may have affected my life, or a topic that may have touched on me in the last week, and other times I take topics that you members have sent in to me and you want me to touch on it. And so here I am today, doing a topic today that has indeed touched me and that I've been kind of thinking about the last week. And so I want to talk about a topic that is called worrying. And this is a very current topic. It never goes off, because this is what we do. Human beings, we worry, I think, a lot of times. And I just found myself last week actually doing just that, and almost made a decision on something that was drawn out of worrying, because worrying has a tendency to take us to places that we quite often do not want to be in. If we worry too much, it also takes us to a place of fear. And then quite often enough, I think many decisions are driven out of fear that was brought on by worrying about what perhaps tomorrow is going to bring. I was in a situation last week where I've been thinking of making a decision on something, right? And all my reasons were indeed valid, but there were reasons that I didn't really, they were driven, I could feel that they were driven up of fear. I was thinking about, what am I going to do in the future? I was thinking things about, like, what if this, and what if that, and what if that? And that was worrying me. And by worrying me, so I was driven to basically make decision. I was almost making a decision based on that fear of which worry brought with it. And I had to stop for a moment, guys. I had to, something just kept on telling me, Jonita, why are you deciding to do what you're doing? What is the essence of why you're doing what you're doing? And I had to come to terms with, I'm worrying. Worrying does not always, bring results. Worrying, if we do it too much, it brings us and puts us in a place where we shouldn't be. It brings us to a place of fear, a place of trembling, a place where we almost feel like, it's almost affecting our health, affecting our souls, and affecting our hearts, and affecting and driving our decisions quite often. And so my message here today, as much as it's for me, myself, but it's also for you, don't worry. Don't worry about tomorrow and what tomorrow is going to bring. You know, I think it's in the Bible, but I think this goes through in any denomination of religion you belong to, that there's this thing where it says, I think it's in Matthews, it says, every day has enough worries of its own. Why are you so busy worrying about tomorrow when you haven't faced today's worries? You know, concentrate on today and let tomorrow be. Concentrate on what you have on your plate today, and don't look so much further ahead of what tomorrow is going to bring. Does that mean that you shouldn't care about your future? Does that mean that you shouldn't care about consequences? No, that's not what I'm thinking about. What I'm saying is that quite often enough, we are driven by fear. We're driven by fear that is brought on by worrying. And we don't give ourselves enough time to be in the present, to be and face what we have right now. Taking it one step at a time. Looking one step at a time rather than taking 10 steps at a time. Do you get me? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Temwela likirira. Temuleka kwela likiriza kuchuso bulamu bwamwe to that extent. Don't let worrying change your life to an extent that it's affecting your health, it's affecting your soul, it's affecting who you are in the essence. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just saying here, guys, we need to take care of our hearts, we need to take care of our souls. And the reason why we need to take care of those two things is that it's so important that if we do not, we end up doing things and going into the darkest places that we don't want to go into because we're worrying about when the kids grow up, what am I going to do? When I don't have any more money to pay for the bills, what am I going to do? But in fact, your kids are not even 16 yet. Your kids are not even, they haven't even flown out of the nests yet. Why not think about, what am I going to cook tonight? What am I going to cook for dinner for my kids tonight? Why don't we leave today's worries in today and then we leave tomorrow's worries in tomorrow? You know what I mean? Enjoy the presence, because if you keep on worrying, I experienced this myself last week. If you keep on worrying about, A, B, C, D, you are forgetting to enjoy the moment and to appreciate the moment. To have gratitude from where you have been, where you've been walking to where you are today. That gratitude, we forget to do that when we worry and worry and worry and worry. And I know that worrying, of course, is part of human nature. And sometimes worrying keeps us on our toes and it keeps us alert. But there's also a stage where worrying gets overboard and we forget who we are meant to be and where we are meant to be going. You get me? So Samuela Likiri, I knew that extent. Let yourselves and your hearts be happy. Be contented with where you are now. Look at the situation now. Don't be so taken up by creating problems that may not even be there, because that's worry. Worry does that to us. It's almost as if you're saying, I'm going to have a problem, and then I'll have a problem, and then I'll have another problem. Before you even get that problem, you are creating that problem for yourself. Do not do that. Before you even get to the issue, you're already creating boundaries, and you're already blocking yourself, Don't do that. But I know it's easy. It's easy to do it. But I'm encouraging you here today. Can I encourage you today? Can I? I'm encouraging you today, and I'm challenging you. Put your worries aside. Move worries out of your way and bring in peace. Bring in gratitude. Bring in happiness. Bring in contentness. The contentness of being where you are now, in the situation that you are now. I found myself last week, I was like, I'm so busy worrying about 10 years ahead and 5 years ahead and what if this happens and what this doesn't go right and what if I can't do this. Listen, and I had to tell myself that the God that has brought me from my past and what my experiences were, the God that brought me from there is also the same God that is going to bring me to my future, and He will care for me. He will take care for me. My needs will be met. My needs will be met. My needs have always been met, even when I worried, even when I didn't. So really, in the essence is that you got to trust the process. Don't be too worrying about, don't rush the process. Don't be so busy rushing God into doing what God has intended for you in years to come. Don't rush him. Don't rush your soul. Don't rush your heart. Don't rush your life. Take a breather and stop worrying. Stop worrying. It will be okay. You will be fine. A solution will come. Doors will open. Windows will open. Blessings will pour down on you. But I think it's important to remember to breathe. Don't worry. Don't worry. Breathe and allow things to happen with a flow. Because I really do not believe that by worrying, the solutions are necessarily created that way. Can I allow myself to say that? I don't think that by worrying, you are providing yourself with many solutions. In fact, when you worry about certain things, you are in your mind almost creating a problem that is not there. You are creating, shall I say, you're almost putting boundaries in your way. You are creating a problem that is not even there yet because you're so worried about what's going to happen and what's going to happen and this is going to happen and this might happen. Well, everything is a might. I also take it back to the fact that, you know, I often think about when we are carried in our mother's womb. I mean, she waited 9 months for us. She waited 9 months. Your mother waited 9 months for you to be given birth to. Those 9 months, she could have been worried about a lot of things. She could have been worried about a lot of things, and I'm sure she probably in some regards was, but at the same time, there was an anticipation of, you know what, I'm going to let be what's going to be. Either she's worried or not, the baby is going to come. Either you're worried or not, things will come and things will happen, and sometimes we have no control over things. Just like when our mothers gave birth to us, they had no control of giving birth. The baby is ready to come, the baby will come. The baby will not come any quicker because you're worrying about if the head is there, if the legs are here, or if I've fed myself right today. Things will fall in place when things are supposed to fall in place. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough worrying of its own. And remember, not one day is added to your life by worrying. In fact, one day is subtracted. One day is stolen from your peace when you worry and you worry and you worry. Find that peace within yourself and don't worry. Things will fall in place. I'm telling you from experience, things always fall in place. But it demands of you to relax and trust the process. Everything falls in place eventually. For you and for me and for us. And count every single experience that you go through. Every single feeling that you feel towards you almost going towards worrying. Pull yourself back and tell yourself, nope. Worry, you're not getting 1 minute of my time today. I'm choosing faith. I'm choosing faith over worry. I'm choosing to say, no, I'm not going to fall into that trap that I've fallen into so many times. Because you see, when we worry, we're almost being trapped into a place where it's taken us into, sometimes it takes us into depression. It can take you into the darkest moments of your life. But if you think about why you are in that dark place, it's often because everything started with worrying. You worried, and then you worried on top of a worry and on top of a worry. And then before you knew it, you had this fear in you that drove you into a place where you couldn't see the light anymore, where you couldn't look further because all the worrying, all the fear was blocking your way. I'm telling you, my brother. I'm telling you, my sister. Don't worry about tomorrow. Look at today. Look at today. And let today bring you that peace for maybe tomorrow. Every day has its strength and every day has its worries, I know. But don't pull the worries from tomorrow and bring them to today. Give yourself that time to just sit back and just think about it. And what helped me a lot was thinking about my journey to where I am today. My journey from where I was to where I am today. When I think about me traveling with 3 babies, a big tummy of 7 months, going to a country that I left 15 years back, and I left it as a single young lady, bachelor, no kids. I'm coming back with 8 suitcases, a 7-month pregnant and 3 kids. You can imagine the worries that ran through my head. But what I kept on holding on to at the time was, God has my back. There is a reason why I'm placed on this journey today. There is a reason where I am today. There was faith in my heart, and I believe that, God does not make many mistakes. Worries. I shifted worries away and I replaced my worries with faith. With a belief that we are on this journey, and either we worry or not worry, things are going to happen in life. Yes, they will happen. But quite often is, how do you deal with these issues that happen? Are you choosing to stress over them and worry and get fearful and be depressed and be worried? Or are you choosing to say, this has happened to me now, today? I'm going to take it one step at a time, and I'm going to deal with what I have today and get through that, and then I'll get to the next stage tomorrow. What are you choosing? I know what I chose. And although I may not be where I want to be today, I definitely know I'm not where I used to be, where I was 5 years back, 7 years back, 3 years back. Every day there's progression. We move and things happen. And we get blessed and we get contacts. People come in our way. But the moment you choose to worry about certain things, it's as if you're almost driving yourself to make certain decisions that are driven by fear. And because these decisions are driven by fear, they end up being not good decisions. These are decisions that you may end up regretting in life because you did not take time out to sit and breathe and find peace within yourself and say, you know what, I'm doing this. We rush. It's almost as if fear pushes us to hurry up. You know, worry and fear go hand in hand. They're almost telling you, hurry up. Decide now. This is what I was last week. So decide. You gotta decide now, and you gotta do something. It's like, I felt like I was like, no, I'm taking a step back. Nothing happens by coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. I'm here for a reason, and I'm here for such a season like this. And so are you. You are meant to have a good life, and you will. And life throws challenges at us. I know that. They do. Life throws challenges at us, and you think to yourself, what is going on here? One challenge after another, really? How much should I worry about? Don't worry. Because either you worry or not, things are going to happen. Things are going to happen. Even the place that you're going to, running to, or the thing that you think, the future you think that you're planning for based on your worry and your fear, even in that future, things will happen in the future. What then? Practice not worrying. Peace, faith, appreciation. This is what you need to do. And so, before I leave you, I just want to say that don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Whatever the situation is, don't be afraid. Keep going. Keep believing. We don't give up. We keep going. We keep going. Keep the faith and don't worry. everything will be absolutely fine. Okay? So thank you for joining me today. This is the TT, second TT of 2022. And I just want to say goodbye and thank you so much for being with me here today. And do comment on my hair. I had I had my hair cut the other day. Do you like it? I do. Also, take care of yourselves. Be good. And I'll see you next Sunday. And in between checking on me, I'll check on you. You know, like families do. Let's just have a boundary. Tell me what you think about the topic. You know, if you wish, and inbox me. Keep on bringing more inbox me themes and topics that you want to talk about, and I will do my best to keep that up. Okay, take care and lots of love. Have a lovely, lovely Sunday. Okay, bye. Have a worry-free Sunday. Bye. Bye.